Hi guys, we're going to make a Spider-Man mask. So this is the rough shape I've got. We achieved that by pushing this against my face and then just going around the outside. And then I've cut round. I've measured it against my face and it is about right. There's a little bit of extra, but that's a bit of buffer room here. And then what I've done is I've done it on two separate pieces, kind of in a fold, and I've now stuck them together, and this is the side I'm going to work with. So I just want to clean up the edges a bit here with my scissors. And then what we'll probably do is check it against my face soon to make sure it's all doing as it should. Now on this side I've made rough lines where my eyes are, but I'm actually going to measure that properly by putting it against my face. This will not be as good fit as the moulded masks, but this will do in a fix if you suddenly need to become Spider-Man or any other character that you can do a mask with. This one will work. So here it is. So I will show you how I've measured it on my face. Hi guys, so I'm just literally going to touch this here. So I think actually the bridge of the nose needs to be a bit higher. So probably here. And then we will cut that shape there. So I'm going to bring it round, and then it needs to be quite a sharp curve up there. I know that they're not even, but we will even it out. That's probably about right. And then I would say that the eyes need to sit here and here. So that's why I'm going to cut the eyes out, and I will even up this side because as you can see they're different sizes. So I'm going to make a line across here so I can see that that sits here. So I'm going to do that. So I just made a line across here, and I'm going to cut this to even it out a little bit more. There we go. And I am going to get rid of some of the sharper edges. And then to do the eyes, as you can see, my nose does not sit quite in the middle of this. I do need to trim some more off the edge. But to do the eyes, get an adult to help you, because I'm going to actually score. You will mark your table if you're not careful. But I have scored a teeny tiny hole so I can make sure that's in the right place. And when I put that on my eye, to make sure it's sitting in the right place, which it is. So I'll do the same on the other side. It's that one. And this one is too far over on this bit, so I am gonna put that down a bit. And then the same again, adults to do this bit because it is a bit dangerous. And we'll just check that that is in the right place. Yeah, both in the right place. So I'm going to open these up a little bit, but what I now need to do is look at some pictures of Spider-Man and see what we need to put on. So I can see from the picture I have of Spider-Man that he has got this kind of pointy eye shape. So his eyes kind of are like that shape, maybe a bit more round. And then it's kind of covered with a white film, which I have an idea about. But what I am going to do, just to make sure that we're doing things as matching as possible, is take another piece of paper and make sure that the shape is the same, and we'll just flip it over. So if I can see that that's where that sits, and then we'll do that bit and just check that that's the same shape. No, it goes out a little bit more. There we go. And we'll cut that bit out. And we're just going to use that as a guide. Make sure that sits in the middle bit there. And if it doesn't, I can change the shape of this one to make it a bit more pointy. And then we'll do the same on this one. So I want it to sit across the eye space that I've got there. And draw around it. It is a little bit fiddly, this, but it will be worth it. So that is my eye spaces. So I'm not going to cut them out just yet. Now, like I said, there's kind of a white mesh film over them. The thing I am going to do is across the outside of Spider-Man's eyes is like a black layer. And I think the easiest way for me to do that is to kind of freehand some lines there that we want them to sit on. What I am going to do is I'm going to cut this fiddly bit here, the inside bit, so not those extra lines that I've drawn, but that inside bit there. So we're left with this, and I'll do the same on this side. If we look on the other side, this is the shape we're left with. Now, I think we know it needs to be a bit more rounded, but what I'm going to do is use a really thick black pen that will show through to the other side slightly, because I think that will probably be the most helpful way of me doing this. So I'm going to use a thick black pen and fill in those lines on this side. Including the round parts there. Because I know that this will seep through. And then the same one here. Like I said, my paper is quite thin. And this pen is quite thick there. So I can see here. So that is where I can see the line's going to sit. It's not quite as round as I would like for Spider-Man. There we go. We know what that bit is going to be. So now comes to the fun decorating part. So Spider-Man is actually quite an easy mask to do. This is all red. Everything on here is red. And then there's a few lines that sit on it. Now, depending on what kind of Spider-Man we're going for, if we're going for one of the newer Spider-Mans, it's got a bit of kind of extra bits and pieces on his. But overall, the look is the same. That it's red with a few black lines. So I will join you guys when I have coloured in the red parts. So that is my Spider-Man mask finished, except I need to be able to wear it. So there's two options. You can either take a pen or something similar, using some sellotape, turn it into kind of like a masquerade mask, or you can try and attach some string and ribbons to it. If you're going to do that, use a hole punch or something to create a hole near the corner, but be careful because as you can see, this, because it's been coloured so thoroughly, is quite weak. I would suggest that the best thing to do is to grab a pen or pencil that you're not going to use. So I'm going to take a blue crayon and pop some sellotape on, and you've got a mask. So I'm going to grab a bit of sellotape or sticky tape and attach it like so. And stick it. I'm going to stick mine just underneath the eye, but that's just because that's easiest for me. And then I'm going to take this and just secure it a bit more, so a bit of extra tape here and there. Try not to cover the eyes too much because you do still need to be able to see. And then if I hold that, it's fairly sturdy, but it's not stuck in too much that you will never be able to get your pen back. And then I'm just going to seal off them. I'm going to cut, there's a little tiny piece of sellotape here, so I'm going to cut that bit down so that I can push it down a bit more, and that is my mask. So I hope you guys like this kind of step-by-step of how to do this. Obviously you can do this with any character you want to. You could do an Elsa mask, you could do, I mean, anything really that you can think of. Doesn't just have to be a superhero that has a mask. Mine is slightly the wrong size for my eyes, but I can see out of it fairly well. And the more you do this, the better you'll become at it. So thank you guys, and we will see you soon. Bye.